Cinematic Shuffle has shuffled once again. If you were around last week, you would have seen me give off my 3 weekly hints for what this film was going to be. Those hints were an unseeable thing, a blazing thing, and a malleable thing. And the answer to that, of course, was the Fantastic Four. Any version of Fantastic Four would technically meet the requirements of the hints, but in case you're trying to figure out what the hints even meant, the unseeable thing, of course, Invisible Woman, the blazing thing was the Human Torch, and the malleable thing, of course, Mr. Fantastic. And there's even a hidden 4th hint in there as well, as each hint ends with what? Thing. And of course, the Thing is the 4th member of the Fantastic Four. Mr. Sticky got it right over on YouTube, guessing Fantastic Four, but I also had a few other guesses that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You got Fellowship of the Ring, which I already reviewed last year as a Cinematic Shuffle film, and They Live, which I also reviewed last year as part of my Interpreting the Scares event. But anyways, let's jump right into Fantastic Four, and let's get cracking. Fantastic Four is a 2005 Marvel superhero movie centered on a group of 4 scientists who become celebrities overnight when a space storm causes their DNA to be forever changed, transforming them into the famed Fantastic Four. One turns invisible, one turns into fire, one turns into a rock, and one turns really stretchy. Mr. Fantastic then works tirelessly to undo the accident that turned them into these superheroes, but not everybody wants to be fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, observe, before the Marvel Cinematic Universe was born, this is what Marvel was known for. Campy, cheesy, corny superhero flicks that were mostly lighthearted, but they all typically had their moments of emotion to mellow everything out a little bit. But 90% of the time, cheese city. And Fantastic Four is a perfect example of that. Everything from the dialogue to the visuals to certain aspects of the casting, the writing, and choice of villain was downright cringeworthy. But as weird as that is, it's definitely in the ballpark of so bad that it's good, because it all works for the film. I actually love a lot of what this movie was doing. Starting off with the casting, I cannot help but see these actors as these characters every time that I see them, even to this day. That includes Ioan Gruffudd, Michael Chiklis, and Julian McMahon. I immediately say, oh, Mr. Fantastic, oh, The Thing, oh, Dr. Doom. Now, that does not exactly include Chris Evans or Jessica Alba. Chris Evans is now forever Captain America to us, right? But Jessica Alba? She's just in here for star/sex appeal. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Speaking of Dr. Doom though, this guy is like super cartoony and goofy, and obviously the bad guy as soon as the film even starts, before he's Dr. Doom. He just exudes that super villain ego that you see in cartoons like Dr. Claw or Lex Luthor, and that's before he puts on his Power Rangers villain suit. It's stupid, but I love it. The visuals, likewise, they're not great. They were all limited by the time that it came out. I mean, say what you will though, you can hate this movie if you want, but you have to admit that it's better than the film that came out like 10 years later. But it was never gonna win awards, nor would I expect that's what it was ever trying to do either. What I think that it stumbled on without even trying is that this was one of the very few times we ever saw a superhero team in live action. It paved the way for the Avengers because it actually did a really good job giving 5 different people origin stories and ultimately their own individual story arc. The pacing was actually pretty decent, which actually kind of surprised me. So it may be cartoony, it may be Looney Tunes at time, but I have so much nostalgia watching this film, and I don't know when I'll get around to it, but I'm low-key really excited to watch the Silver Surfer movie again, but we'll save that for another day. I scored Fantastic Four a B- letter grade, final overall score of 74%. 74 out of 100 possible stars, which basically just means that this film is fair. You know, it did exactly what it set out to do, but don't be expecting much more than that. It is what it is, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Fantastic Four in the comment section down below, though. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next installment for the Cinematic Shuffle. And until then, peace out.